I'm standing in the community center hallway when I hear my sister's voice through the door. Of course, big girls handle the food. What else would she do? The laughter that follows makes my stomach turn. But it's Daniel's voice that stops me cold. Her name is Vanessa, and from where I'm standing, she's the only goddess in this building. I push the door open. The reunion planning committee goes silent. My sister Denise sits at the head of the table, thin and perfect in her white pantsuit, her mouth literally hanging open. Daniel Campbell stands near the AV equipment, all 6 feet of him in a burgundy button-down, looking at me like I just walked off a magazine cover instead of in from the parking lot carrying boxes of sample centerpieces. He's maybe late 30s, white, with this neatly trimmed beard and these eyes that won't look away from mine. I don't know this man. I've never seen him before in my life. So why is he looking at me like that? Vanessa. My name in his mouth sounds different, not like an obligation, like something worth saying. Let me help you with those. He crosses the room before I can protest, takes the boxes from my arms, and the brief touch of his fingers against mine sends heat straight up my arms. This close, I can smell his cologne, something clean and expensive. I'm Daniel Campbell, Karen's nephew. I'm helping with the technical setup for your reunion. He sets the boxes down on the side table, but he doesn't step back. He stays close, inside what most people would consider personal space. She mentioned the event planner was talented, but she didn't mention you were stunning. I actually look behind me to see who he's talking to. Vanessa. Denise's voice cuts through the moment. We really need to finalize the seating chart. Can your helper wait outside? I'm good right here, Daniel says, still looking at me. Unless Vanessa wants me to leave. 53 years old, and I can't remember the last time someone asked what I wanted. I manage to shake my head. The meeting is torture. Every time I present an idea, Denise finds something wrong with it. The centerpieces are too big. The menu is too heavy. The music selection is too old school. Meanwhile, Daniel sets up his equipment and watches everything. Watches me. When Denise makes another crack about portion sizes, I see his jaw tighten. I think we're done here. I finally say, gather my samples. My hands are shaking, but I keep my voice steady. 30 years of family dinners taught me how to swallow shame with a smile. Vanessa, wait. Daniel's voice follows me into the parking lot. Hold up, please. I stop next to my car, the spring evening warm against my skin. I'm wearing my favorite emerald wrap dress, the one that actually makes me feel pretty. But standing here under the streetlights with this man approaching, I suddenly feel every pound, every year, every time someone called me big girl instead of my name. That was messed up in there, he says, stopping a few feet away. The way she talks to you. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. She's my sister. It's fine. It's not fine. He steps closer. Nothing about that is fine. You don't even know me. The words come out sharper than I intend. Why do you care? Something shifts in his expression. Pain, maybe, or recognition. My wife used to say the same thing. That people didn't see her. That she was invisible unless someone needed something. Used to. Past tense. I notice he's not wearing a ring. She passed 3 years ago. He continues quietly. Cancer. And I spent those last months watching the world treat her like she didn't matter, because she didn't look like their idea of what mattered. She was beautiful and brilliant, and the world made her feel small. He looks directly at me. I see that same thing happening to you, and I can't just stand there and watch it. Over the next 2 weeks, Daniel shows up everywhere. He's at the farmer's market on Saturday morning, when I'm picking up fresh flowers for a wedding consultation. Appears at my side while I'm debating between sunflowers and daisies, and says, the sunflowers match your energy like it's the most normal thing in the world. He's at Common Ground's coffee shop on Tuesday when I'm meeting a client. Brings me a latte extra foam. Somehow knows I take it with cinnamon. Sits 3 tables away and works on his laptop. But every time I look up, those hazel eyes are on me. He's at the grocery store on Thursday evening. I'm loading my cart with ingredients for my niece's birthday dinner, sweet potatoes and collard greens and chicken for frying. And suddenly he's there asking if I need help reaching the top shelf. Are you following me? I finally ask, they're in aisle 7 between the pasta and canned goods. Yes. No hirsatashin. No sham. Is that okay? I should say no. I should tell this man he's being inappropriate, that I'm too old for games, that whatever he thinks this is, he's wrong about me. Instead, I hear myself say, I'm cooking Sunday dinner at my place this weekend. You want to come? The smile that breaks across his face could light up the whole store. Sunday afternoon, my kitchen smells like home. Like every Sunday of my childhood, my mama at the stove, gospel music playing low, family filling up the house with noise and life. I've set the table for 2, and I'm second-guessing everything. The dress I'm wearing, navy blue and fitted. The corners I clean that nobody ever sees. The fact that I invite a man I barely know into my personal space. The doorbell rings at exactly 4 o'clock. Daniel stands on my porch holding wine and yellow roses, looking nervous for the first time since I met him. He's in jeans and a cream-colored Henley, casual but put together, and when I let him in, he stops in my doorway and just looks around. This is beautiful, he says, and he means it. I can hear in his voice. My house isn't fancy. It's a small 3-bedroom I bought myself 15 years ago after my divorce. But it's mine, full of colors I like, art I chose, books I actually read, pictures of my nieces and nephews, my goddaughter's drawings on the fridge, plants in every window, because I like watching things grow. Smells incredible, he says, following me to the kitchen. What are we having? Fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, candied yams. I check the chicken in the cast iron skillet. My mama's recipes. Figured if you're going to keep following me around, you should know what you're getting into. He laughs, and the sound fills my kitchen in a way that makes my chest tight. Can I help? We fall into an easy rhythm. He sets the table while I finish the greens. Pours wine while I pull the cornbread from the oven. Tells me about his work as an architect. How he moved to Richmond 6 months ago for a fresh start after his wife died. How his Aunt Karen recruited him for the reunion tech because she knows he needs to stay busy. She talks about you a lot, he says, leaning against my counter. Says you're the best event planner in the city, that you can make magic happen on any budget. Karen's good people. I plate the food, and Daniel carries everything to the table. When we sit down, he waits for me to say grace, bows his head respectfully, doesn't make it weird. The first bite, he closes his eyes. Oh my God, that good. This is better than good. This is... He opens his eyes, looks at me across the table. Vanessa, you're incredible. You know that. And there it is again. That word. Incredible. Stunning. Goddess. Words nobody's ever used for me. I'm a big girl. I'm the responsible one. I'm the one who shows up and handles things and doesn't ask for anything in return. Why do you keep saying things like that? The question comes out before I can stop it. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me except I can cook, and I let my sister walk all over me. Daniel sets down his fork. I know you show up even when people treat you terribly. I know you care enough about your niece to spend your whole Saturday cooking her favorite meal. I know you build successful business by yourself. I know you have kind eyes and an incredible smile you don't share nearly enough. He reaches across the table, and after a moment, I let him take my hand. And I know that for some reason I don't fully understand, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since the moment I saw you walk through that door. I'm 53 years old. I'm 38. I gesture at myself, at my body, at everything I've spent a lifetime being told is enough. Beautiful? Desirable? Worth pursuing. He squeezes my hand. Yeah, you are. All of that and more. The high school reunion is in 3 weeks, and Denise is losing her mind. The photographer canceled. The DJ doubled his price. And Vanessa, I swear if you don't fix this, I'm telling everyone it was your fault. She's pacing my office, her heels clicking against the hardwood floor, voice pitched high enough to shatter glass. I'm at my desk reviewing contracts, and Daniel is in the corner chair where he's been spending his afternoons lately. He looks up from his laptop, and I can see him fighting the urge to say something. I'll handle it, I tell Denise, keeping my voice calm. I always do. You better. She stops at the door, looks between me and Daniel. And whatever this is, you might want to keep it quiet. People are already talking. They're wondering why someone like him would be interested in someone like you. The door closes behind her. The silence in the room is heavy. Don't. I say before Daniel can speak. Just don't. But he's already standing, crossing to my desk. How long are you going to let her do that to you? She's my sister. She's cruel. He sits on the edge of my desk, and I can feel the heat of him even through the wood. And you're worth more than how she treats you. You don't understand. It's always been like this. She's the pretty one. I'm the capable one. She gets the attention. I get the work. That's just how it is in my family. That's not how it has to be. He reaches out, tilts my chin up so I have to look at him. Come to the reunion with me. Not as a planner. As my date. My heart stops. Actually stops. Daniel, let me take you. Let me show every single person in that room that you are the most stunning woman there. Let me watch them realize what they've been missing. His thumb brushes my cheek. Let me worship you the way you deserve. I should say no. This is crazy. He's 15 years younger. He's gorgeous. He could have anyone. This is pity or a phase or something that will end the moment he realizes what people like Denise already know, that I'm just not enough. But looking into his eyes, I don't see pity. I see want. Real, genuine want. Okay, I whisper. The next 2 weeks are a blur. I find new photographer, negotiate with the DJ, handle every crisis Denise throws at me. But in between, there's Daniel. Coffee dates that turn into lunch dates that turn into long evenings at my house or his apartment. He cooks for me, Italian food from his grandmother's recipes. We watch old movies, talk about everything and nothing. He tells me about his wife, about loving someone who the world tried to make invisible. I tell him about my divorce, about a man who left me for a woman half my size and half my age. His loss, Daniel says, and he means it. One evening, we're on my couch after dinner, and he kisses me, soft at first, questioning, giving me space to pull away. When I lean into him instead, the kiss deepens. His hands are gentle on my waist, reverent, like I'm something precious. When we finally break apart, I'm trembling. I start, but he stops me with another kiss. We have time, he murmurs against my lips. All the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. 2 days before the reunion, my phone rings. It's my younger sister, Michelle, the middle child who usually stays out of the drama. Vanessa, I need to tell you something. She sounds worried. Denise is planning something. She's been talking to Robert. Robert, my ex-husband, the man who called me big girl in bed, who made me feel like I should be grateful he stayed as long as he did. What do you mean, planning something? She invited him to the reunion as her plus one. She thinks it's funny, wants to see her face when he walks in with his new wife. Michelle pauses. I told her it was cruel, but you know Denise. She said you needed to be reminded of your place. I close my eyes. Of course Denise would do this. The reunion is her stage, and I'm supposed to be the help, the background, the cautionary tale. Thanks for warning me. I manage. Are you okay? Yeah. I'm not, but I will be. I'm good. When I tell Daniel that night, I expect anger. Instead, he smiles. Perfect, he says. Perfect. Baby, let them come. Let them all come. He pulls me close, and I can feel his heart beating steady against my ear. Because they're about to see exactly who you are, and it's going to change everything. The night of the reunion, I stand in front of my bedroom mirror and barely recognize myself. The dress is burgundy, deep and rich, fitted to the bodice and flowing at the hips. It hugs every curve, doesn't hide a single inch of me, and for the first time in my life, I don't want it to. My natural curls are styled with silver highlights catching the light. My makeup is flawless, gold eyeshadow bringing out the hazel in my eyes that I inherited from my grandmother. I look beautiful. I actually look beautiful. The doorbell rings, and when I open it, Daniel goes completely still. Vanessa. My name comes out like a prayer. He's in a charcoal gray suit with a burgundy tie that matches my dress, and the look in his eyes makes my breath catch. You're a goddess. An actual goddess. He drives us to the Marriott downtown, and the whole way, he keeps glancing over at me like he's afraid I'll disappear. His hand rests on my thigh, warm and possessive, and I feel something shift inside me. Something that's been locked down for 53 years, starting to break free. The ballroom is already full when we arrive. Decorations I spent weeks planning. Centerpieces I personally arranged, lighting designed to make everyone look their best. My work, my vision. But I'm not here as the planner tonight. I'm here as Daniel Campbell's date. We walk in together, his hand on the small of my back, and I watch heads turn, watch conversations stop, watch my former classmates, these people who barely noticed me in high school, stare at the man beside me and then at me, confusion clear on their faces. Vanessa Thompson? Someone says my name like a question. Is that you? She looks amazing. I hear someone else whisper, "Who's the guy?" Daniel leans close to my ear. Breathe, beautiful. Let them look. Then I see her. Denise, across the room in a white cocktail dress, standing next to Robert and his new wife, a thin blonde who can't be more than 30. My sister's face goes through several emotions at once. Shock, confusion, and then, unmistakably, rage. She starts toward us, Robert following, and my stomach drops. This is it. The moment she's been planning. The moment I'm supposed to be humiliated, reminded of my place, put back in the box labeled big girl where I belong. But Daniel's hand tightens on my waist. "I got you," he murmurs. Denise stops in front of us, eyes raking over my dress, my hair, my makeup. "Well, look at you. You actually tried tonight." "Denise!" I keep my voice level. "And you brought a date. How nice." Her smile is sharp. "Daniel, right? Karen's nephew. I hope my sister warned you what you're getting into. The Thompson women were a lot to handle. Especially Vanessa. She's always been our big goddess." Daniel cuts her off, voice clear and firm. "She's always been your goddess, whether you had the eyes to see it or not." He looks at Robert, at the blonde, back to Denise. "And I'm the luckiest man in this room because she chose to be here with me." The small crowd that's gathered around us goes silent. I can feel people watching, phones probably recording, this moment becoming the story they'll tell about tonight. Robert clears his throat. "Vanessa, you look good. Different." She looks the same as she always has. Daniel says, "Beautiful. You were just too blind to see it." Now, wait a minute. Robert starts, but I touch Daniel's arm. "It's okay." I look at my ex-husband, this man who made me feel small for 15 years, and I feel nothing. No hit, no anger, nothing. You don't get to have an opinion about how I look anymore. Robert, you gave up that right when you walked out. I turn to Denise. "And you? I have spent my entire life trying to earn your approval. Trying to be good enough, useful enough, invisible enough that maybe you'd stop being cruel. But I'm done. I'm done shrinking. I'm done apologizing for taking up space. I'm done being your big girl." Denise's face flushes red. "How dare you? I planned this entire reunion. I continue, voice steady, every detail, every decoration. I did it for free because you're my sister and you asked. But you know what? You don't deserve my time. You don't deserve my talent. And you sure as hell don't deserve my love." The room is completely silent now. Even the music has stopped. From now on, if you want an event planner, you can hire me like everyone else. And if you want a sister, you can learn to treat me like one, with respect, with kindness, or you can keep your cruelty and stay out of my life. I take Daniel's hand. "Come on, let's dance." He leads me to the dance floor, pulls me close, and as the music starts again, he whispers, "I have never been more proud of anyone in my entire life." We dance, and the world shrinks down to just us. Daniel's arms around me, his chest solid against mine, his breath warm on my temple. I can feel people staring, but for the first time in my life, I don't care. "You're shaking," he murmurs. "I just told off my sister in front of 200 people. You were magnificent. He pulls back enough to look at me, and his eyes are shining. Vanessa, do you have any idea how incredible you are? Before I can answer, someone taps my shoulder. I turn to find Michelle, tears streaming down her face. I'm so sorry, she says. I should have said something years ago. I should have stood up for you. I was scared of becoming the target, and that's not an excuse, but Vanessa, I'm so sorry. I pull my sister into a hug, and she holds on tight. It's okay. It's not. None of it was okay. She wipes her eyes. But watching you just now, that was everything. I want to be that brave. You can be, Daniel says quietly. You just have to decide you're worth it. Michelle nods, squeezes my hand, and disappears back into crowd. The rest of the night is surreal. People I haven't spoken to in 30 years come up to congratulate me on the event, to ask about my business, to introduce themselves to Daniel like we're some power couple they need to know. Former classmates who never gave me a second glance in high school suddenly want to reminisce. But the best moment comes near the end of the night. The DJ calls for a special dance. Couples only, and Daniel leads me back to floor. The lights dim. A slow song starts. Something classic and romantic. And he holds me like I'm the only woman in the world. I need to tell you something, he says. My heart speeds up. Okay, I know this is fast. I know we've only known each other a few weeks. But Vanessa, I'm falling in love with you. His hand comes up to cup my face. You make me feel alive again. You make me laugh. You challenge me. And every time I look at you, I see everything I wanted the rest of my life. Tears blur my vision. Daniel, I'm scared. Of what? That this isn't real. That you'll wake up one day and realize you made a mistake. That I'm too old, too big, too much. Stop. He presses his forehead to mine. You're not too anything. You're perfect exactly as you are. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to spend every single day for the rest of my life proving that to you if I have to. The rest of your life? The rest of my life. He kisses me, soft and sure, right there in the middle of the dance floor with everyone watching. You're my goddess, Vanessa Thompson, and I'm going to make sure you never forget it. When we finally leave the reunion, it's close to midnight. Daniel drives me home, walks me to my door, kisses me goodnight like a gentleman, even though I can see in his eyes he wants more. Not yet, he says when I invite him in. When we take that step, I want you to be absolutely sure. No doubts, no fear, just us. I watch him drive away, and I realize I'm smiling, actually smiling. My phone buzzes with a text from Michelle. Denise left early. Robert's wife asked for your business card. Half the room wants to hire you. You're a legend. Another text, this one from Karen. My nephew is completely in love with you. Just thought you should know. And then one from Daniel. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for being you. Sweet dreams, goddess. I go inside, take off my dress, wash my face, and catch my reflection in the bathroom mirror. Same face, same body, same woman I've always been. But something's different. Something in my eyes. Something in the way I hold my shoulders. I look like someone who knows her worth. Someone who's done apologizing for existing. Someone who's ready to be loved exactly as she is. I look like me. Finally, completely, unapologetically me. 3 months later, I'm in my office when Denise calls. I almost don't answer. Haven't spoken to her since the reunion. And honestly, the silence has been peaceful. But something makes me pick up. Vanessa. Her voice is small. Unfamiliar. Can we talk? In person? We meet at a coffee shop downtown, neutral territory. She's waiting at a corner table when I arrive. And she looks different. Tired. Smaller somehow. Even though she hasn't changed physically. Thank you for coming, she says when I sit down. I wait. Don't make it easy. I've been going to therapy. She stares at her coffee cup. After the reunion, after you walked away, I had to face some things. About myself. About how I've treated you our whole lives. Okay. It's not okay, Vanessa. None of it was okay. She finally looks up and her eyes are red. I was jealous of you. Your whole life, I was jealous. You were smarter, more talented, more capable. You could do anything. Build a business. Cook like mama. Make people feel seen and valued. And I had nothing except being thin and pretty. And I knew that wouldn't last forever. So I made you feel small so I could feel big. The confession sits between us. Part of me wants to tell her it's fine, to smooth it over like I always have. But I don't. That's not an excuse, she continues. There's no excuse for the way I treated you, for the names I called you, for making you believe you were less than because of your size. You deserve better. You deserved a sister who celebrated you, not one who tore you down. Yes, I say simply, I did. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I'm asking anyway. Not today, maybe not for a long time, but eventually, if you can find it in you, I'd like to try to be the sister you should have had all along. I think about it, about all the years of hurt, all the moments of feeling invisible, all the times I made myself smaller to make her feel bigger, about the fact that healing isn't forgetting, and forgiveness doesn't mean going back to the way things were. We can start with coffee. I finally say, once a month, see where it goes from there. But Denise, if you ever call me big girl again, if you ever make me feel less than, we're done. Completely. Do you understand? She nods, tears spilling over. I understand. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. We talk for another hour. It's awkward and painful and necessary. When I leave, I don't feel healed, but I feel something. Maybe the beginning of closure. Maybe the possibility of something different. Daniel's waiting at my house when I get there, using the key I gave him last month. He's in my kitchen making dinner. Gospel music playing softly, and the sight of him there, comfortable in my space, still makes my heart skip. How'd it go? He asks, pulling me into his arms. Hard. Good. I don't know yet. I breathe him in, but I'm glad I went. Proud of you. He kisses my forehead. Now come taste this. I'm trying to recreate your mama's mac and cheese, and I think I'm close. We eat dinner at my little kitchen table, and he tells me about his day, about the new building he's designing, about his aunt asking when we're making things official. I tell him about a new client, a sweet 16, that's going to be a challenge, about how my business has tripled since the reunion, because apparently standing up for yourself is good marketing. After dinner, we're on the couch, my head on his chest, his fingers drawing lazy patterns on my arm. Move in with me, he says suddenly. I sit up. What? Move in with me, or I'll move in here. I don't care where we live. Vanessa, I just want to wake up next to you every morning and fall asleep holding you every night. He takes my hand. I love you. I'm in love with you. And I don't want to spend another day without you in it. Daniel, that's fast. People will talk. They already talk. Let them talk. He pulls me back against him. I'm 38 years old. I've already lost one woman I loved. I'm not wasting time worrying about what people think. I know what I want. I want you, every day, every version of you, forever. Forever, forever. He tilts my chin up, and his eyes are serious. I'm going to marry you, Vanessa Thompson. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday soon, I'm going to put a ring on your finger and spend the rest of my life making sure you never forget how extraordinary you are. I kiss him then, deep and sure, and for the first time in my 53 years, I believe it. Believe that I'm worthy of this kind of love, this kind of devotion, this kind of forever. Okay, I whisper against his lips. Okay, you'll move in? Okay to all of it. Moving in. Forever. You calling me goddess every single day. His smile could light up the world. Every single day beautiful. I promise. 1 year later, I'm standing in front of a different mirror. White dress, fitted and elegant, showing off curves I've learned to love. Natural curls pinned up with fresh flowers. Diamond earrings that catch the light. Michelle stands beside me, maid of honor, tears already streaming. You look like a queen. I feel like one, I say, and I mean it. The music starts. Doors open. And there's Daniel at the end of the aisle, in a sharp black suit, looking at me like I hung the moon and stars. Like I'm the only woman he's ever seen. Like I'm exactly what he's been waiting for his whole life. I walk toward him, head high, no hesitation, and when I reach him, he takes my hands and whispers the word he said every single day since we met. Goddess. We say our vows in front of everyone who matters. Michelle crying, Karen beaming, even Denise in the third row, trying to be supportive in her slow, imperfect way. Friends and clients and people who watched our love story unfold. And when the minister pronounces us husband and wife, when Daniel kisses me like I'm everything he ever wanted, I realize something. I didn't change. I didn't lose weight or turn back time or become someone different. I just finally saw myself the way I deserved to be seen all along. Beautiful, worthy, enough, a goddess.